How are you gonna handle a toxic person? How are you gonna successfully have a healthy relationship with a toxic person? A toxic person is someone who is, manipulative. He or she probably has a bad habit, maybe controlling. A toxic person will never blame himself or herself for any mistake. He or she will always find a way to blame others for his mistakes. A toxic person is abusive, physically, verbally, or, any kind of abuse. Generally, a toxic person will always make you feel unsure about yourself. A toxic person can always make you feel like, you don't have value in this world. So for me personally, that's a toxic person. So how are you gonna deal with that person? If you are with this person, with this kind of person, you have to ask these questions. Number 1, is it worth it? Is he or she worth it? Is he the kind of person I want to be with for the rest of my life? You answer that. You also have to think long term. Do I have the capability to handle this kind of person? Is it gonna be a healthy thing for me? Kaya ko ba na iset aside yung emotions ko and needs ko para dito sa taong to? What if this person, this toxic person, hurt me physically? What if he abuses me verbally? Worse is, he abuses you in public. Do I deserve that kind of treatment? You answer that. One of the hardest things to do is to deal with a toxic person. But when there's always a chance for him or her to change, you should always give someone the chance to, to change and to be better. Go on with the relationship, go until, if you feel like you're questioning your worth already, if you feel like ginawa mo na lahat but then sobrang toxic pa din. I think that's the start where kailangan mo na magtanong ng mga questions sa sarili mo. Being in a toxic relationship will always tear your heart apart. It will take guts, it will take, big heart, it will take acceptance for you to make a relationship work with a toxic person. Yeah, sabihin na natin, tanggap mo siya, mahal mo siya, love mo siya, buong buo, kaya mong ibigay ng buong buo sa kanya. Paano naman yung sarili mo, di ba? For me, personally, the purest kind of love that you could ever have is the kind of love that you have for yourself. So how are you gonna handle that person? Tanggapin mo siya kung sino siya. But once na question mo na yung sarili mo, but once na hindi na maganda yung mga ginagawa niya sa'yo, at paulit-ulit na kahit na gaanong paraan ng ginagawa niyo na ayusin ang relasyon niyo, that's the time where, you have to back off. It's gonna hurt, but it's gonna set you free. Hey there, good morning. And I want to bring positivity to you today. And I hope that you can learn something with what I'm gonna say. Here are the lessons I wish I learned when I was younger. Direction is much better than speed. Kapag meron kang direction at alam mo kung ano yung path na tinatahak mo, it will be best to take the slow road. Huwag kang magmamadali. Kasi ang mga bagay na minamadali sa buhay, madali rin mawala. Ang mga bagay na madaling makuha sa mundo, madali rin mawala. Focus on your career and think long term. Just relax and take it slow. You will get there. Number 2, when something happens to you, it doesn't really leave you until it serves its purpose. It teaches you a lesson. I'm talking about bad relationship, bad decision, bad work, or bad career. Those bad experiences never really go away until naturuan na tayo ng isang valuable lesson. We can finally let it go if, we learned something from it, right? And you have to make sure to never be in that same situation or same relationship ever again. Ang hirap naman matuto ng 2 beses sa isang bagay lang, di ba? Tawag doon matigas ang ulo. Next, mas ma-in-love ka pa sa sarili mo. You know what? Being in love with yourself doesn't mean you're narcissistic. It doesn't mean you're selfish. It just simply means that you know your worth and alam mo yung halaga mo sa mundo at yung purpose mo sa mundo. Love your life. Love yourself. You know that you deserve all the best things in the world. You just have to shift your perspective. Don't be shy. Treat yourself. Love yourself. You deserve everything in the world. Being in love with your life can be as wonderful as being in love with someone else. It's a beautiful thing. You'll be more vibrant if you fall in love with yourself. So fall in love with yourself. The person you are destined to be is the person that you decide to be. Don't get me wrong, I believe in destiny. But you know what? It is a culmination of your everyday life, your everyday thoughts, your everyday decision, your action, your behavior, everything. You have to be careful with your thoughts. The great Gandhi said, your thoughts will turn into words, your words will turn into actions, your actions will turn into your habits, and your habits will turn into your values, And then your values will turn into your destiny. So be careful with your thoughts, okay? Decide to be someone awesome today, okay? And lastly, as long as you know who you are and what makes you happy, it doesn't matter how others will see you. Beautiful, isn't it? Focus on what brings you joy. Spend time with the people who brings you joy and value. Spend time with the people who give you love, who nurture you, who encourage you, so that you will know the real meaning of your life. Love yourself. Love your impurities and imperfections. Focus on what's your strongest point. Focus on the best traits that you have. Focus on what makes you happy, because that's what matters most. And that, you guys, is the only advice you'll ever need today. Take care. Bye-bye.